what you should be looking at is observable metrics. And this might be, is this person or whatever you're looking at, are they coming in on a regular basis? Are they trying to write on a regular basis? Are they being sort of part of a community on a regular basis? Are they trying to contribute to different ways? Those things are ways that you can actually measure it and get down to the nitty-gritty. Or for example, if you have a sort of an organization that's doing sales, and you're just not getting sales for a long time because maybe it's the external environment, right? There's stuff going on in the external environment. It's 2008, for example, and the financial crisis happened. You might not get a lot of sales, but what you can do, instead of measuring the sales that you're getting and basing performance on the sales, you measure based on the number of visits that the salesperson has made to different organizations, right? And that's going to give you a better performance measure. Maybe if they're visiting 1,000 different organizations in a year, then you know that they're actually performing, right? That they're performing at a level that they should be relative to what everything else is. But there's just this kind of external environment. There's just messy stuff that's happening outside of the organization. The other thing that you should do is, reward the sort of decisions that are sort of decisions that are moving you in the right direction. In the sense that the decisions or the outcomes that you're getting at are really probabilistic, right? So somebody might actually do all the right things. They might perform all the right particular actions, but they're not going to get there because there's craziness that are happening, right? That it's really difficult to sort of get to that particular thing. So you should be looking at the behaviors that's getting you to sort of more better decisions, or looking at the decisions that are given the information that they have, that this is the right thing that they should have done. Or, given that particular situation, that's the right thing that they should have done, rather than looking at these sort of objective outcome of something, right? So looking at did that particular organization actually achieve the $5 million sale from a particular university? Well, if they didn't achieve that $5 million sale, then you don't want to say, this salesperson this person is garbage. Well, that was a really big contract. That was really hard to get. Now, did they do all of the right things to actually try to get that particular contract? Did they write up the tender? Did they do it properly, right? Did they write up the contract properly? Did it actually get to the point where, people were interested, but it just fell through at the last minute? Well, that's what you should reward, rather than did you actually achieve that particular outcome, right? Like that's the closer thing that you should be doing. And that's what organizations should be doing in terms of achieving the organizational goals and objectives, is thinking clearly about not the particular outcome, right? Not did they achieve that particular outcome, but did people perform the intended actions? Did they try to actually get to that particular outcome, but that there is something else that happened along the way to get to that particular outcome? And this has really important implications in terms of understanding how people get rewarded in science, how people might get rewarded in a sales organization, how research and development might actually progress in an organization. There's lots of different things that you can sort of look at where there's a messiness that happens. It's not clear-cut. The only time that is really clear-cut with these organizational goals and objectives, and then trying to achieve those goals and objectives, is when you're doing things that are really fairly simple, that there is a reward almost instantaneously of you actually performing that particular action. And there's very few organizations or very few tasks that actually have that reward structure. It's actually more of the ordinary that you do a particular action and you invest a lot of time and then you wait for that particular outcome. That's more along the lines that happen.